Hi guys, Arindam here, and
And
in this video I will be showing you how to complete the mission Mammoths on Parade to kill the brute mammoth on Gamma, Beta and Alpha difficulties. First of all, how to get to this mission. To get to this mission you are going to have to find this terminal over here, and to track it you can just go into the mission list, click on any of this and place track, and you will get this. Now I will be showing you all three difficulties: Gamma, Beta and Alpha. For Gamma I am going to complete it with a single imprinted Therizinosaurus which has only 2 mutations. For Beta I will supplement my Therizino with a made boosted pack of Allosaurus, these two. And finally for Alpha I will be showing you how to complete it using my max level damage level Basilisk along with a skiff. So without further ado, let us begin. Okay, so let us start off with Gamma.
fancy a hunt survivor? Let's have a look. Scanner activate. Honey scanners right.
Okay, so this happens to be at my skiff's location. You should be completing this mission at night because
Commencing
the
scan.
Arctic biome's whiteness combined with the snowstorm makes tracking these waypoints very difficult at daytime. Hence, you should be completing it sometime around the 22:30 or the 10:30 mark. That gives you enough of the night to complete the entire mission at night, and you won't have to worry
Over
about
there.
missing any of the checkpoints. Now the brute mammoth has a huge
Scanners right.
area of effect and knockback.
I found something.
It doesn't really matter whether you are using a Rex or a Giga or anything, but the knockback will still
Honey scanners right click.
show you a lot far away. I'm using a Therizino because I find the Therizino much easier to handle compared to
Commencing scan. What's that over there?
a Rex. The mammoth also has a lot of health. I would estimate somewhere between 230,000 to 270,000 health, which is a lot.
Let's have a look. Scanner activate. Commencing scan.
For Alpha, you can do it raising a large army,
Scanner activate.
but traversing a terrain with a lot of big dinos, is problematic. They get stuck on the terrain. Hence, I am not using any army.
Honey
I
scanners
find the
right click.
Basilisk to be the best mount for Alpha because it ignores the Alpha's damage reduction. I'll just have to be careful.
Commencing scan. Let's have a look. Scanner activate. Aha! I found something.
Of course, if you are using a Rex, you have lesser chance of getting fear rolled compared to the Therizino, thanks to how big the Rex is. See the difference, 2219 versus 3171. That was the effect of the fear roar.
Commencing scan. Aha! I found something!
In the final stage, this mammoth will be supplemented by 2 more normal mammoths which spawn at a very high level.
Commencing scan. Let's have a look. Scanner
Now
activate.
for beta I will be doing it with a mate boosted allos. The reason is pretty simple. Their bleed attack will deal 5% health over 5 seconds. You don't need a really large army if you could have only a small pack of allos doing all your work.
Let's have a look. Scanner activate.
In the previous video which I did, not the previous, the one previous to previous, the brute ferox actually did a lot of damage to my T1 Therizinosaurus. That is why I am not using that guy for this mission.
Let's have a look. Scanner activate. Look at that. Can you scan this right quick?
I actually have gigas in my inventory, but I don't want to use them because gigas can make anything very easy, and for most of you people on official servers, getting a high level giga to spawn and then tame will take a lot of effort, not to mention the difficulty of actually finding a high level giga. So all things considered, I will not be using a giga for these missions on any of the 3 difficulties, even though I can use
Scanner
it.
activate.
The purpose of me running these missions is not only for my own chance at getting at beta master controller, but also to instruct you on how to do it. There are lots of videos using skips on turrets, but I'm not going to be using anything that you guys find and exploit or a cheat. I've used gigas for a lot of my brute missions and I felt they were necessary for that. But in this case, the giga may not be necessary.
Let's have a look. Scanner activate. Commencing scan.
There they are. Three mammoths and 1 good mammoth. I would want to collect the taxidermy also. That is why I'll have to be a slightly more cautious. I don't want to also harvest the corpse. And then this happens. That didn't go as planned.
Prey 0. Good on ya.
So we barely lost any health and we got couple of gear. We got an ascendant peak and a couple of consumables, and well, that's what you get for Gamma, just a practice mission for Beta and Alpha. So that was about it for Gamma. I could not collect the taxidermy unfortunately. I'll try that in Beta. So till then, stay tuned. Hello and welcome back. So we are now going to start off with Beta. For Beta, I have uncryoed my mate boosted allos already, and I've healed up my Therizino. All these dinos are set to passive and resource harvesting has been disabled for them.
Let me scan this right quick. Commencing scan. Aha! I found something! Let me scan this right quick.
A lot of videos on YouTube are doing all these route missions either with skips with turrets or sometimes... Wait. Sorry, I need to kill this guy. Why did I do that? The reason being, it might kill that wild dino and then come after me, and I don't want its spear road to scatter my own dinos. As I was saying, there are a lot of videos on YouTube, brute missions being done using skip with turrets, with gigas, and with a very large army. And for most of these videos, dinos are super mutated, like people are using really good dinos with 15 to 20 damage or health mutations to do these brute missions. Now that's really good, and I congratulate them for having the patience to have done that many mutations. But honestly, for the average person, it's pretty difficult. Can I... Okay, so this first phase is done. Now we just need to avoid that rock elemental. As I was saying before and got interrupted by the elemental, doing these missions with super mutated dinos is okay, and I would applaud you for having the time, patience to actually do all these mutations. But most average players don't have the time, don't have the patience, and also cannot buy dinos like that. So I am not doing any of these missions with super mutated creatures. My ones are just average. Other than that, I also have gigas that I can have used for this mission. I believe a single Giga from my line should be sufficient to take on the Beta. I do not need any allos for that also. I'll let the Mammoth concentrate on me. It has a large AoE attack, so my allos are still taking a pounding. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what happened to the health of these creatures.
Commencing scan. Let's have a look. Scanner activate.
A totally unnecessary confrontation, but I believe
Commencing scan.
the wolves are pretty problematic anyway.
Scanner active. What's that over there?
There are just too many wolves on this Arctic biome.
Let's have a look. Scanner activate. Ah, I found something. Let me scan this right quick. Ah, I found something. Let me scan this right quick. Commencing scan. Let's have a look. Scanner activate. Let me scan this right quick. What's that over there?
Okay, so there's our dinos, and set them to passive. Now let's start. The brute won't attack actually. That's the fun part. You can kill their minions safely and the brute won't attack. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that after I kill the minions I will have enough time to take the taxidermy of that guy. We still have a lot of time, so all we need to now do is somehow go above. For me, it means I need to take these guys from its current location. Nice. It won't even fit. If it won't, well, it just, that happened. And then get stuck in the next place. Okay. So that's the initial part done. Now we need to somehow go above to get this guy. Can it be done? We shall see. So it's here. Right. It means I'll just have to cryo a bit. Unfortunate and a complete waste of time, but I'm not going to edit out this part and cut this section, just so that you guys know that the mammoths knockback and the fact that this mission is done on the mountainside could negatively affect you. Okay, so let's see. There's our guy, big guy, who is completely oblivious to the fact that he is just now going to get killed. Every time you cryo it and uncryo it back, you need to again change these things. Okay? We don't want to get boxed in also. Look at the knockback of this guy. No. I
Good
was
on
not good
ya.
enough. So I tried a lot of things just to get the taxidermy, and I lost a lot of health for it, but eventually it went to naught. So uh, here's the loot: couple of ascendant hazard suit. I believe this is the mission you're going to do to farm these things, and a couple of saddles. Let's check the health. These guys are at 50% health, so that's really good news. But my Therizino has taken a pounding. But that's okay. That's what we wanted anyway. We wanted the Therizino to be the meat shield. So that was a fun field and interesting beta mission. As you can see that the mammoths, even the normal mammoths, have enough knockback to take your dinos off a cliff. But eventually, with some practice and maybe using cryopod and grappling hook or bloodstalker, you can still go back to the cliff and defeat this guy. So now we're going to start off with alpha, and so stay tuned. Welcome back. So now is the time for alpha, the one that most of you guys actually want to see. As I was saying, I am going to use alpha with skiff and the basilisk. Basilisk, every
There's
single
no
point put
thrill
into
like the
melee,
thrill of the hunt.
and it's max level 1.
Commencing scan. What's that over there?
Okay,
Commencing scan. You look at that. Let's have a look. Scanner activate.
the main constraint in alpha is not
Can you scan this right quick?
the power of the mammoths but how much health it has, because using the basilisk I'll have to take out not only the brood but also its posse of 3 other mammoths. All of them have a lot of health. This makes this particular mission a bit hard for a single basilisk and skip. So I am not sure, but if it ever comes to that, I might have to retract my older statement that I made on the previous times, and I might have to use a dino other than the basilisk.
Scanner activate.
But let's see. All of it depends upon how fast this mission goes.
Can you scan this right quick?
So there's our big guy. Hopefully cannot attack us from here. There's our basilisk, and you will notice that it can do full damage to the mammoth. There is no damage reduction for the basilisk's poison spit attack. If you are one of those people who are on a server where transfers are allowed, then you might also experiment with a poison wyvern. Of course, it's not a good choice to use a flying mount on a map where flyers are disabled, but I'm just saying, if you are on some unofficial server where flyers are allowed and transfers are allowed and all those things, you might experiment and tell me whether the poison wyvern spit attack also ignores the damage reduction or not. Wait, there is something I can do for this. Where is my rifle? Where is element? Maybe not now. I'll eventually use it. Next time it tries to regain its stamina back, I'm going to just pepper it with the tech rifle. My tech rifle is Ascendant and I've gotten it from a legendary purple orbital supply drop on extinction. So it is rather powerful. Okay. So that's the first part done.
Commencing scan. Heavy scan is right click.
That was probably a rock elemental. One advantage of using a skiff is that it's treated as a vehicle, just like the raft. But unlike the raft, which aggroes the lead sickness, the skiff will not be aggroed by any wild dino. Except if you are doing any of the missions where you need to actually go to a particular point and collect some things like Mount over matter along Game Pollen. In this case, the skiff will get aggroed and attacked.
Let's have a look. Scanner activate.
There it is. I'm not even watching the mammoth, I'm only watching the time. So 12 minutes remain. There are a lot of basilisks that spawn on the volcanic biome, and I would suggest you to tame anyone that you find which has good level 130 up, because you never know how the RNG gods help you, and you might eventually get a tamed basilisk with a really good melee. The reason being, you cannot actually breed basilisks. Basilisks have male and female gender, but you still cannot breed them. Well, imagine, it practically does no damage. I could have used a shotgun actually. So let's cryo it back.
Can you scan this right quick? Ah! I found something! Let me scan this right quick. Commencing scan. Can you scan this right quick? Commencing scan. Ah! I found something! Let's have a look. Scanner activate.
There they are. All of the things at the same time. I'm not exactly sure, but I don't see the brute mammoth anywhere. Is it a bug? That will be really unfortunate because one, I could not show you how to kill the brute mammoth on alpha. Two, I'll not be able to get the taxidermy. 20,000 health. What about this guy? I think we should have been able to complete it if the brute was still there, because I think 7 minutes is okay.
You bagged yourself quite a trophy.
I think what really happened is these guys all spawned one over the other, and the brute did not get enough space to spawn. Because of that, because the brute did not get enough space to spawn. Wow, I even failed that. Yay to me. So what happened is the brute did not get enough time to spawn, enough space to spawn, and thus it didn't even spawn. But I believe we ended the mission around 7 minutes to go. That means 7 minutes would have been more than enough to kill the brute. But I'm okay with it. I'm not going to repeat the mission again. So we get couple of ascendant saddles for Precio, Spino, couple of ascendant sickle picks, and desert gear. So that's about it for this mission. I know I could not show you the last part of the brute, and I'm pretty disappointed I did not get the taxidermy. But I know that if you are going to have around 5 to 7 minutes left, even 5 minutes, that should be more than enough to kill the brute's last 30 to 50% health. So it is possible, and you did not even have to use a giga. I had gigas, by the way. I had gigas, I had Belanosaurus, I had lots of other things. I never had to use them. So this mission was actually one of those missions where the brute has a lot of health and we could still kill it using the Basilisk method, which I believe is which should be the default method for killing brutes on alpha difficulty, provided the brute does not have a ranged attack, and provided you do have a skiff. Though you need to defeat the master controller on gamma anyway, which I've already done long back, and this also happens to be the mission I'm going to do, after which I am going to finally do this. Yes, 117 completed, which means I will be able to finally do the beta master controller and get the Astrocetus saddle, which means I will be able to tame the Astrocetus eventually. But that's about it for this mission. In the next mission, you are going to actually see the beta master controller. So till then, stay tuned and thank you for watching.